The first leg of the first jackpot is race 5, and it's at 2:15, 14:15, over 1,950 meters, and it's a maiden plate. Now, Graham, we were just chatting off air. Let me just have a look here. Before we talk about what look to be the two principal contenders, Grimaldi and Secret Giver, although you and I have gone with Grimaldi as a suggested pick 6 banker, horses like 12 Ellis Island are doing okay. Zero Rate certainly has to be respected. August Red, what you see is what you get, maybe back end of quartets. Storm Cry, number 8, is improving with each run. So those are horses to factor in for places, but Grimaldi and Secret Giver seem to set the standard, and we've both gone with Paul Peters' horse, the beautifully bred son of Dynasty, out of Europa Point. Interesting, because Warren Kennedy is stable jockey to Paul Peter and Gavin Van Zyl. Maybe there's an agreement that, in KwaZulu-Natal, Warren Kennedy naturally must choose Gavin Van Zyl first. How do you see the engagements, the riding engagements?
Well, first of all, it's a great ride for Anton to pick up number 1 Grimaldi. I'm not sure what goes on behind the scenes. I'm not sure, as you say, whether there is an initial agreement in place that if a horse has got a chance, that Warren Kennedy, if they happen to be in the same race as a Paul Peter runner, that his first allegiance is to Gavin Van Zyl. I'm not sure Warren Kennedy had the choice. But it is interesting because Warren Kennedy rides for Gavin Van Zyl aboard the 6-1 second favourite, number 2, Secret Giver. Now, what adds to the interest is that Warren hasn't ridden Secret Giver before, whereas he has ridden Grimaldi. He rode Grimaldi on debut, went third to Romeo's Magic. Obviously, Gavin Larena rode Grimaldi's second time out. That was in February when Warren Kennedy was stuck down in the Western Cape. So in his second start, Grimaldi ran second to Shadow Creek, and that was a very good run. So all signs point confidently to number 1 Grimaldi. They're both drawn well. Grimaldi's drawn 1, Secret Giver's drawn 2. Two top riders, Anton Marcus for Grimaldi, Warren Kennedy for Gavin Van Zyl. Now, Anton Marcus has never ever ridden for Paul Peter before, which just adds to the mystery. But I'm sure that Anton Marcus would like to come out of this race having ridden once for Paul Peter for a win. I guess if you want to be absolutely certain of getting through the exotics, then you would include both numbers 1 Grimaldi and 2 Secret Giver. But I think Grimaldi has got class on his side. He's got a wonderful pedigree, Dynasty out of Europa Point. He's had the 2 starts heading in the right direction. But you can say the same for number 2 Secret Giver. I'm going to bank at Grimaldi in my main perm, and obviously take a cover perm with number 2 Secret Giver. Because the jockeys' bookings are interesting, the form is interesting. They're both drawn well. I can't see anything else winning this race.
Well, you've just answered the question I was going to ask you. Do you see anything else winning? And you've just answered no, so that's positive. We do like Grimaldi. Before we wrap this race, because it seems to be pretty straightforward, your thoughts on number 7, 1,000 Tunes. I'm prepared to ignore his last run behind Fat Cigar, but up against horses like Grimaldi and Secret Giver, I'd be a little surprised if he won. Would you agree with that?
I'd be surprised if he won. Obviously, on his best form, he has a blind trifecta quartet chance. He's not drawn badly, but he's drawn outside of the 2 principals. And I think he's a bit of a handful, 1,000 Tunes. He's not necessarily as genuine as we would like. So I'm going to pass him by from a pick 6 and a jackpot perspective.
Okay, well, we've been certainly treated to some thrilling finishes in the province of late. Race 5 between 1 Grimaldi and 2 Secret Giver could certainly give us just that. But Grimaldi might be the better and win very well. For us, we're in the camp of Paul Peter's horse Grimaldi. Obvious respect for Gavin Van Zyl's horse number 2 Secret Giver. But Graham and I suggested pick 6 banker Grimaldi. That's where our money will be.